The 20-volt brushless impact driver from SKIL. Is it right for you? Let's find out. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. This is the SKIL 20-volt brushless impact driver. Now they do have a brushed model impact driver, which is their older one, but they also have this brushless impact driver that packs quite a bit more punch. Now you can get it with the 2 amp hour battery and the charger and the tool for pretty cheap, and we'll go over that in just one moment. But before saying too much more, let's just dive in, take a closer look at these features, then we'll actually use it and do some testing on it, see how much force we can apply on tightening, as well as how many foot-pounds we can back off as far as the fasteners go. Let's get to it. This is the SKIL 20-volt brushless impact driver. So you get your 1/4 inch hex collet up here, spring-loaded collet here. It does not eject the bit automatically, but it is easy to pop in. It's automatically going to lock that in. As I mentioned, this is a brushless tool. SKIL does offer a non-brushless or a brushed unit. This is the brushless driver. Now it does have 3 speeds. You get a high and a low, and then you also get a bolt assist mode. That's more for screwing in fasteners, where it's going to screw it in slow or start it slow, and then once it senses some force against it, then it'll actually speed up and give it full power. You do get a variable speed trigger, so you get the brushless motor and a variable speed trigger, and you can get this as a kit, as you see here, which comes with a 2.0 battery or 2 amp hour battery, the PowerCore battery, and the Power Jump charger. Now you can get this whole kit for like $159. So the charger, the battery, and the tool. Now, specs on this is like 1,800 inch-pounds of force, which equates to 150 foot-pounds. We'll test that here in one moment, and they don't dictate whether that's fastening or loosening. Also, as far as RPMs, RPMs are 2,700, and impacts per minute are 3,400. Of course, that's high speed. Depending on how much throttle you're giving it, it's going to vary that as well. Now, as far as size of this tool, let's take a look here. So from tip to tail, if you will, let's look here. Tip to tail, you're looking at right at 5.74 inches from the tip to the back of the tool. And then as far as width goes, at the widest point, you're looking at 2.61 inches. As far as height goes with the battery, you're looking at right about 9.5 inches on the tool. Maybe just a touch more, but not quite 9 5/8 with the 2.0 or 2 amp hour battery. As far as weight on the tool, and we're always going to measure with the battery because that's how we use our tools, right? We have to have a battery on there. So pounds and ounces, we're going to get 3 pounds 9 ounces. So a little over 3.5 pounds with that 2 amp hour battery on there. Obviously with a heavier battery, it's going to get heavier, but that gives you an idea. 3.5 pounds for the impact driver and the battery. Now, couple of things about the battery and charger technology. Number one, this battery, this PowerCore 20 battery, on the back here is a USB port. You don't have to have any adapter whatsoever. You can plug your USB right into the battery there and charge any devices that you want to. Press the power button, and that's going to power up the this USB port here and power up your iPhone, iPod, iPad, whatever you're needing to charge. So pretty cool right there built into the battery. So you can pull the battery off and just use that, take it to the beach with you, whatever you need to do, or you can have it on the tool itself and charge something as well. Also, on the Power Jump charger, what it does on the Power Jump is this battery could be dead and it will power up to 25% or charge it to 25% in 5 minutes. So in just 5 minutes, it's going to give it a 25% charge, allow you to finish the job you're doing, what have you. Just go get a drink, come back, and you'll have enough juice to run those last few screws in, the last few bolts in, or the last few bolts, or run the last few bolts out. So anyway, so pretty nice system with their battery and charger. By the way, the mother company here knows what they're doing with batteries and chargers. Trust me on that. So their chargers and their batteries are top class and really, really good. Warranty on this is 5 years as well. As long as you register your tools within a few weeks, they're going to give you that 5-year warranty. I think standard is like a 3-year, but you'll get that 5 years as long as you just register your email, I believe. You also get an LED light here on the base, so pretty typical. and then a forward and reverse lever here. Again, pretty typical right here under the head. So let's use this thing and see what we think. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the SKIL 20V Brushless Impact Driver. We're going to tighten each one of these nuts, each one of these fasteners for 5 seconds each. Then we're going to come back with our torque wrench. We're going to back them off to get a number, to get a amount of force it took to release those. Then we're going to divide by a factor to pseudo get the amount of fastening torque, at least by calculation. Then we'll come back and we'll torque these to a certain number because this is supposed to be rated at 150 foot-pounds, and we'll see how much we can back off. So we'll tighten these to say 50, 100, 150, 200, and so forth, see how high we can get with the 2 amp hour battery. Now, after that, once we kind of reach its peak there, we'll shift over to the 5 amp hour and see if we can get a little further as far as loosening bolts goes. So let's get started. By the way, full battery, and I'm on high as well. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take our torque wrench, we're going to back each one of these fasteners off and see how much force it takes to do so. Here we go. 123.4. 126.6. 98.4. 74.6. 91.3. 87.8. 85.7. 100.8. 119.0. 113.9. Now we'll come back later and we'll tell you the value of, or the average of those, and then we'll also divide by a factor and give you the fastening torque. Let's move on to loosening torque now. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to take our torque gun, we're going to torque to 50 pounds, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, and 200, and that's all these bolts will take. We'll flip over to the other side if we get above 200 and go from there. Okay, what we have here, we have 50 foot-pounds, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, and 200. Let's see if we can break these free. Got it in loosen, and got it in high, and we still have a full 4 bars on our battery. Here we go, 50 foot-pounds. No problem. 100. Okay, that was 125. Here's 150. Okay, 175. And 200. So 200 foot-pounds, so let's flip this thing around, go to the bigger bolts, and see how far we get. Okay, let's get started again. We're going to take and we're going to use our larger torque gun now. We're going to start at 200 again. So we're going to torque these. These are larger fasteners. We're going to go 200, 250. So we're going to jump 50 foot-pounds. 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, and 450 foot-pounds. That should do us. Okay, here's where we're at now. 200 foot-pounds again. By the way, got 3 bars left on the 2 amp hour battery, and we're still in high. So here we go. We know we did 200 before. Let's see if we can still do 200. Yep. 250. Yep. 300. Yep. 350. Nope, can't do 350. So let's trade in our battery. Take that out. We'll go to the 5 amp hour. So 200, 250, 300, 350. So we're on 350. 5 amp hour battery now. Okay, got that one. 400 foot-pounds. Okay, I went over 10 seconds, and like the 11-second mark, it started moving. I think it's fixing to break free. Yep. I'm not going to give it that because after 10 seconds it was not moving, but it did move after the fact. So if you wanted to hammer on it for a long time, it will break, what's that, 450? 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. That's 400 foot-pounds. That's way more than what they expect it for. We'll go to 450. Well, it broke that one free. So 450 foot-pounds. Not bad for an impact driver. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and tighten 3 of these here at 500 foot-pounds. Okay, so I've got these 3 tightened to 500 foot-pounds. By the way, these are larger fasteners. They're 33 millimeter. They don't make a 33 millimeter socket in a 3/8 drive, so I have to have this adapter on here. I've got it welded on there, so it should not rob any power. And then I'm going to my 3/8 to 1/4 inch hex adapter as well. So here we go. 500 foot-pounds. Did break it free, but I think I went past 10 seconds. We'll count on this one. Yeah, I think I see it starting to move, but after 10 seconds, it was really not moving that much. Don't know if it'll break it free or not. Yeah, I think we're stuck there, but still, it broke that one free at 500 foot-pounds. Definitely broke free 450 foot-pounds. So we got a little boost we got a little boost when we went up to the 5 amp hour battery. Not bad at all. Not for a $150 tool. As far as fastening goes, as far as fastening torque goes, how tight did we get those fasteners? Well, the average came out to 102 foot-pounds as far as what our torque wrench read. Well, we know it takes less force to back a fastener off, so loosening with a torque wrench, it takes about 80% of the fastening strength that it took to tighten it. So if we divide by 0.8, it should give us a good round figure of what the fastening torque was. And we take the 102 divided by 0.8, gives us like 127. I think it was 127.7. So let's call it 128 foot-pounds. So that was the fastening strength on it. Now they claim to have 150 foot-pounds or 1,800 inch-pounds of force. They didn't designate whether that was tightening or loosening. So again, on the tightening side, we calculate about 130 foot-pounds. Then we went to loosening torque, so then we take it and actually tighten each one of the fasteners, and then we see if we can loosen it with the impact wrench. Now, with the 2 amp hour battery, we broke free more than 300 foot-pounds, so that's more than double what they're claiming. And then putting the 5 amp hour on, we actually upped that quite a bit and broke free 450 foot-pounds, and even the 500 when we let it hammer for quite a long time. Now I know that all of your different scenarios that you're going to be using it is not going to be exactly like our test rig was, but again, we torqued them over and over, and you saw even on the 500 foot-pounds where we torqued 3 additional ones to see if it'd break it free. So it's definitely breaking free some heavy fasteners. Now would I use this for breaking free lug nuts on a wheel? No, I wouldn't do that. It's just not the right tool for it. In a pinch, if you had to do it, would it work? Probably, as long as your lug nuts weren't over tightened, if you will. But anyway, the great deal about this is the budget, or the budget-friendly value. There you go. So the great value of this, because you're looking at the kit with the 2 amp hour battery, the charger, and the tool for like $150. I think $159. Now, you also get a 5-year warranty for that. As long as you register the tool, you get a 5-year warranty with the SKIL tools. If you know the SKIL from the old SKIL name, you may want to check these new tools out. Different company owns it now. Much different tools, much better tools. So I'm telling you, these are great tools. You saw by the numbers of what kind of performance it's pumping out. So we think this is a great buy. In fact, I found it for a little bit cheaper online as well. So make sure you check it out. Again, it's the SKIL 20V Brushless Impact Driver. We'll put a link in the description. Hey, would you keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter? And if you would you give us that like button, click the thumbs up, even the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind, but only if you like this video. If you hated our video, by all means, give us that thumbs down. But would you do us a favor and let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.